Welcome to Vegan Finds, where we're going to turn this into a pretzel bun bread bowl. Now you could just slice this up into slices if you like, or you can make them smaller into smaller slider size buns. The dough, you should get anywhere from 10 to 12 slider size rolls. I'm turning this into a bread bowl for German beer cheese soup. So this is all part of Oktoberfest week, and just stick around. We'll show you how easy it is to make gluten-free pretzel bread. Okay, so we are going to be making pretzel bun bowls. So we're going to be trying something new here. We're going to try it. We've only used this to make pizza, but it makes such great pizza. We thought, let's try and make a pretzel bun that we're going to turn into a bowl, because we're going to make German beer cheese soup tonight. So I'm going to first start by making the pretzel buns. So we're going to get the ingredients that we need, and I will show you how to start the whole process of making a pretzel bun. Okay, so we're going to start out by getting 6 cups of flour into our bowl. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a mix master, this will work a lot better. And a lot of you folks know that normally I would weigh this out, but I don't have a recipe that actually weighs this stuff out. So we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants here today. So let's see, that's 2. I ripped this bag very awkwardly. 3. I might need a bigger bowl. I feel like the guy from Jaws right now. Okay, this is 5. I got 1 more. And you guys missed 4 because managed to get all over me. So now I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost here. Okay, so this is 6. So we got 6 in there. I'm going to add our yeast. We're using 2 packages of yeast today. I'm using the Platinum Superior Baking Yeast from Red Star. So I'm going to put in 2 packages right now into our mix here. Now these things are, that's interesting. This actually, oh, never mind. Yeah, each package, because it comes as a 3-pack, I was like, why does it say 21 grams? Each package is 7 grams. And of course, ironically, most baking recipes ask for 8 grams a lot of times. So you end up wasting a part of your yeast. That's why sometimes you'll see it in jars. It's a little bit easier. But anyway, I'm going to whisk this in. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of Psyllium Husk Powder. That's going to give it the dough a little bit more strength. Only because I've never made this before. I'm a little concerned because this makes fabulous pizza dough. And I've had bread made with it. I've just never made it, so I'm going to basically follow my instinct here and do what I think should be done. Hopefully it comes out. Here is the Psyllium Husk Powder. We're using Viva Naturals. I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons right now, as soon as I find my tablespoon measure. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Aside from its capacity to kind of help in the baking, Psyllium Husk Powder is basically all fiber as well. So I'm going to whisk this all together before adding our liquid. So I'm going to whisk. I want to make sure that the yeast is evenly dispersed throughout this whole thing. Pardon the dust. Okay. So the next thing we're going to add is 3 cups of club soda, or seltzer. I think they're the same thing. We call it seltzer in my house. The store calls it club soda or seltzer. I guess it depends. It's maybe a location thing. So I'll get the club soda, and we'll start mixing. Okay, I'm glad I kind of reread what I was doing, because I'm forgetting ingredients here. So I'm adding 1 tablespoon of baking powder to this before I add any of the liquid ingredients. I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda to this. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda has gone in now. Adding in a 1/4 cup of agave syrup. And we're going to try something, a new product. We're going to try some Kite Hill plant-based butter. We're going to put in a 1/4 cup of that as well. Just going to put it into the same thing that the agave just came out of. Okay, that's about a 1/4 cup. So I'm just going to pop that in as well. Final ingredient, I'm adding the 3 cups of seltzer. And this is why you want a mix master or some sort of helpful kitchen machine, because I'm going to do this by hand. I'm going to do this the old school way. That's 1. Because we packed ours right before COVID, and all our plants got messed up, so that's alright. I'm not unpacking it at this time. There we go. 3 things of this, and now we're going to slowly start to mix this together, wooden spoon style. All right. Okay, so one thing I forgot to add was 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. I'm going to do that right now. I believe this will help activate the baking soda. Now, we are not letting this dough rise, so that's another probably reason why we're adding the vinegar here. And I'm just going to fold it in as best I can. So once I get this all folded in, it'll be good to go. And we are going to turn this into some buns, and we'll go from there. I'll show you what to do in a flash. Okay, so our dough is ready to be turned into buns, and you can see it's a fairly sticky dough, but overall it should be workable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to sprinkle some of the gluten-free flour onto that, and I'm going to divide this into 2 buns. Normally you would get probably 10 smaller almost burger style buns if you want, but in this case we're making them into bowls, so I need a bigger bun. So I have my surface floured. I'm going to just cut the dough in half right now. If I can. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So just going to kind of roll it around in the dough here, in the flour. Like I said, it's pretty sticky. So you just kind of want to get it into a ball shape. Okay, so here's our first. As you can see, it went pretty quick, pretty easy. And now we'll bust out the next one. It probably pays to have a little bit of warm water to keep that flour from sticking to your hands, but I thought of that after I already did it, so my bad. Okay, so I think it's going to be a little bit bigger. Oy. Okay. Gonna get that all together. Actually, you know what? I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour onto my hand. I could do that so it doesn't stick. So you don't really have to knead this dough because there's no gluten in it, so there's no structure that you're building. All the structure is going to be built right into the bread itself through the psyllium husk that you added and some of the other ingredients. There's a slight differential here in terms of size. Hopefully this one will be okay. Well, we'll find. We'll see. So that's it. That's all you have to do to shape the dough. Now we're going to also make what I call, if you were using flour that was not gluten-free, you would do what's called a baking soda bath. In the old days, they used to use lye. Lye melts your skin, so it's not recommended that you use lye anymore. In this case, a baking soda bath would give it the same kind of dark, crunchy outside while keeping the center soft. We're going to mimic that by just basically creating a brush-on baking soda bath. So I'm going to preheat the oven, get that going, and I will be back, show you how to make the water bath. Okay, so I've preheated the oven to 450, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to prep a cookie sheet, and then I'm going to show you how to make the baking soda solution that we're going to basically brush this with before it goes into the oven. Actually, we're going to let these rest for I would say about 35 minutes, 35-40 minutes before they go into the oven. I do want to give them a little bit of a chance to rise a bit, so let me get the baking sheet. So I'm using a half sheet pan here, and I'm going to spray it down with some basically canola oil spray, because you don't want this to stick. You just spent all this time making it, and I'm going to basically plop our breads right down onto our cookie sheet. Alright. Alright. Whoa! The guy tried to get away from me here. Alright. Now, Pop this guy down. All right, now I can show you how to make our baking soda bath here. Okay, so we're going to start by adding 8 tablespoons of baking soda to our bowl. 1, 2, ooh, having a real problem today. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, we're down to the last of our baking soda. 8. Took forever to finish this box, but it's done. So we got 8 tablespoons in here. And we're going to do 2 cups of lukewarm water. Here's 1. Final ingredient is 2 tablespoons of molasses. All right. We're going to whisk that up. Then what we're going to do is we're going to just brush this onto our buns. Okay, so basically we're just going to take our solution here and brush it all over our bread. Now the baking soda creates a chemical reaction, which is why they would boil it in a baking soda bath, which creates that crispy outside. Of course, we can't do that with this because probably break into a million pieces, which wouldn't be good after going through that. And gluten-free bread is, gluten-free flour is expensive. So I'm just going to brush both of these. And then I'm going to give it the pretzel slash and salt it with some coarse sea salt. Give it that traditional pretzel look. Okay. So we're just going to go slice, 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 slice. Alright, so we're going to sprinkle this on. Got some beautiful sea salt to go on this. And now we just wait. So I had set the timer for 35 minutes to give this at least a little bit chance to rise. Try and keep the breads from touching each other so they don't stick together. And once they're ready to go in the oven, I'll pop them in. They should go in for probably 30 minutes. When they're darkish brown, they'll be done. Okay, so here are 2 loaves. They're nicely browned. They did stick together, but that's okay. We're going to let them cool off, and then, ow! Oh, they look good. And then we are going to make our beer cheese soup. So, there you have it. Okay, so here's the final product. We got our gluten-free pretzel bread bowl ready to go. Now I got to go make some German beer cheese soup. Excited to try making that. It's obviously going to be the vegan finds way, which means probably not German beer. Because, you know, we can't do anything normal. Anyway, So if you like these recipes, please click subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, give us thumbs up, and tell your friends. Let them know we care about you. Also, if you're interested, follow us on Facebook, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Sometimes we actually post interesting things. You never know. So, everybody just be safe, enjoy, and keep cooking on.